a chameleon breeder in South Africa, has shared an incredible video showing the moment a female chameleon gave birth to her tiny babies on his hand. The tiny lizards, which are just a centimetre long, can be seen calmly crawling down Aldo Kleyn's palm just seconds after their mother has given birth. These Knysna Dwarf chameleon babies form part of a giant litter of 26 lizards, with their mom taking a grand total of just 1 hour and 13 minutes to pop them all out. When the females give birth, the males will try to eat some of the young ones. They are quite ferocious. This female was reaching out to me, and I realized she didn't want to give birth on the tree with the males. To begin with, I put her on another plant, and she gave birth to 3 babies, but she wanted to get back on my hand. It's amazing to see that .The babies are perfectly formed when they come out. Some people have asked how does she feed them all, but the babies fend for themselves from the moment of birth. I'm not sure what kind of pain she would have experienced. The females have babies once a year. Mr. Kleyn says he has a special incubator set aside for the babies from the moment they are born. The babies can shoot out their famous tongues, which he says are 3 times the length of the chameleon's body, and feed on fruit and tiny flies within minutes after birth. Mr. Kleyn said, "I'd say within 3 minutes they can start feeding. They are very fragile for the first month especially." You have to be really careful with them. When they are born they are black-brown color, then they are beige color for 5 to 6 months. From 6 or 7 months, they show they can change color. Then you start to see shots of green, a little bit of orange. They get their full color at about a year. Mr. Kleyn says he has bred and cared for chameleons ever since he witnessed a chameleon being crushed by a vehicle 12 years ago. The quirky lizards live in trees at his home, with one male able to partner with up to 100 females at a time. The birth of this particularly large litter holds a special meaning for Mr. Kleyn, who lost his home in the devastating fires that hit Kynsna in the Cape Storm in June this year. The tragedy took scores of his beloved chameleons who are unable to be rescued from the flames. Mr. Kleyn said, "I still wake up and think about them in the flames. I feel terrible about it." I managed to rescue one of the males. He had been with me for 9 years. It was too dangerous to save them all because we had to get out. With this one having so many babies, I must have done something right. I was really surprised to see so many. You have to really take care of them 24/7. It's a full-time job. And Mr. Kleyn says these little babies are destined for life in the wild, hidden away from humans. Mr. Kleyn said, "I take them out into the forest when they are old enough and set them free. So far I have released 360 chameleons that I've bred out into the forest. I do it with a great passion and love. I'm happy that people can learn about them. I've had people get in touch with me to say they have found one and asking what to do. It's just a great thing to make people more aware about them and of how to take care of them." It's a really good feeling